go to the verses, right? And we're going to get some new readers today. Amen? Okay. All right. And you guys have notepads too, I'm guessing? Yes? Good job, Bernice. All right, so as we start. So is there someone in your life that you trust so much that you are able to rely on and you're comfortable to tell them anything and everything to? We all usually have someone, right? Like a best friend, sibling, spouse, mother, father, right? So what does it mean to trust someone? Anyone? You guys are so quiet. Anyone? What does it mean to trust someone? Come on, guys. Let's talk. What is it? Someone that you believe? Okay. Rely on, yes. Good job. So it means to have a firm belief in the reliability, truthability, or strength in someone or something, right? So when you are facing a problem or when something is troubling you, right? It's so easy for us to just run to someone to talk about it, right? And just totally depend on the person, open up to that person, and just release everything that you have in your heart to the person, right? So why are you comfortable to just open up and talk about something to a person? Like, how are you, like, okay to talk to that person? Like, why? Okay, yes, you believe they're not gonna betray you. Yes, good. All right. So it's because of the relationship that you have built with the person, right? Where you are able to trust them, and you know that whatever you talk to them about or whatever the conversation is, you know and you trust that it will stay just with them and that they will always be there to help you out whenever you need it, right? So just like how you put your trust on a person, it is important to trust God in everything. So as you guys know where my message is going from here. So I'm going to be talking about putting your trust in God. Okay? So what does it mean to trust God now? It doesn't mean that you just, let things go and say, oh, well, I trust God, everything will work out, right? And you just carry on, right? So trusting is not fear, and trust and fear are different things. So we're going to look at 4 ways on how we can put our trust in God. Ready? Okay. So the first point. So to trust is to place your confidence in God. So with all the Bibles that were like up in the air, every single Bible, let's all turn to Proverbs chapter 3. Once you guys all get there, I'll tell you the verse. I don't hear any pages flipping. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Good. So it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding, right? So in this verse, we can see that the verse is talking about more than believing in who he is and what he says. So having confidence in something means that having that assurance that leads to action. So when we lean on our own understanding, we trust our own knowledge and discernment to support us throughout our life, right? So how are we to grow or have a God-trusting heart? What are the things that you think to have a God-trusting heart? What do you need to do? Okay. It is by meditating on the Word of God, right? And praying, spending time in prayer, yes. So the Bible is full of truths, and the more and more we open and read the Bible and spend time with the Bible, right, the more we will be able to put our trust in the Lord with all our heart, right? So as we tune in with God by doing these things, we will start to rely less on ourselves and more on Christ. And no matter what storm that passes through your life or in your way, that comes through your way, we will be able to praise Him at all times and know that He is there to calm the storm, right? So I don't think there's no Christian life without having to face any storms, right? We don't have like all sunny days and everything all throughout our lives. There will be some sort of storm that we may face. So every individual will face some sort of storm in their life, big or small. And through the storms that pass through in our life, God teaches us many lessons, right? So every storm, there is a lesson attached to it. And maybe like in the moment, you might think that it's crazy and nothing is making sense. But once you pass through the storm and you look back, you'll be able to see all the lessons that you've learned from that storm or the trouble or problem that you faced, right? And He helps you to grow and be a stronger and bolder individual for Him. And you never know who you will be able to help out in the future that may be going through the same situation that you went through, right? So every problem that you face is a stepping stone to becoming a stronger and mature Christian, right? So number 2, to trust is to acknowledge God in everything. So now, if you guys turn to Proverbs chapter 3, and we're going to read the next verse now, verse 6.
In all your ways acknowledge Him, He shall direct your paths.
Yes, so in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Sorry, I think I have a different version than him, but same thing. So acknowledging God means knowing God wherever we are and whatever we're doing, right? So if we dedicate ourselves to trusting God and seeking God in all circumstances, then do you think or believe that life will be easy and that you'll not have any problems or trials in your life? Just because you trust God? Good job, Bernice. No. So it doesn't mean that life will no longer have any difficulties, but it means that those difficulties are nothing to fear about, and we can remain confident in God in the midst of all of them, all right? That God will take care of it and God will walk you through the trouble. So acknowledging God in everything means that we remember that no circumstances that come to us outside of that there will be no circumstances that come to us outside of the Father's will. And knowing this will give us the strength through difficulties that we face, through the pain that we get, and fear, because we know that God will never ever leave our side, right? So there are times in life we think that God is not there for us, or He doesn't care about us. When we go through all those problems, we think that we're all alone, and we think that no one's here in this world for us, and go through all that, right? And we think that we're fighting all our battles on our own. So if you guys can turn to Deuteronomy chapter 31. Everyone's there? Deuteronomy 31 and verse 6.
Be strong and of good courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them. The Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you.
Yes. So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you, right? And He will never leave you nor forsake you. So even when you go through those problems, now that you know God is there with you, going with you, walking with you through all that, and He's always there by your side, right? So this verse clearly states for us to be strong and courageous, for the Lord our God goes with us, right? And that He will never leave us nor forsake us. And if He knows that you will not be able to handle a situation, then He will not let you go through the situation alone. And remember that even when God lets a problem that come into our life, He is always there with us until the very end. He's not just going to halfway through just walk away and be like, okay, I'm done now. Finish the problem or solve your problem on your own. I'm out, kind of thing, right? He will stay with you till the very end, till you walk out of it. And he is a caring and loving God, and he loves each and every one of us, and he would not want to see us hurt, right? But when God lets you go through a problem, like I said earlier, he does teach you his lessons along the way. So number 3 is to trust is to fear the Lord. Proverbs chapter 3, going back, and verse 7.
Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
Okay. So it says, do not be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. So whatever we think we know, God knows more, right? So how can we learn to trust God's wisdom and not ours? So everyone thinks that God is loving and welcoming and kind and all sort of things, which he is. Don't get me wrong, he is. His holiness, his power, his beauty, his understanding, his knowledge are all not understandable. So his anger at sin is unbelievable, right? So God does not like sin, all right? He does not like it when his children fall into the trap of the devil. So the fear of the Lord not only makes his loving kindness that much more incredible, but it also motivates us to avoid evil in all its form, right? And then the 4th one, to trust is to receive life from Christ. So Proverbs chapter 3 again, and now let's read verse 8.
It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones.
It'll be a healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Yes. So trusting in the Lord is like being born again, like rebirth, right? So regardless of the pain or hardships that you went through in life, Jesus does understand them, right? Don't have to think that no one understands. We go through the phase. No one understands what I'm going through, right? God does understand what you're going through, right? And he can use them for our good and his glory in ways we cannot understand or comprehend, right? So he can provide healing in unexpected ways. And even when hope seems to be lost, there is, because truly our hope is in him, right? So I want you guys to picture a jigsaw puzzle, like a 5,000 plus piece jigsaw puzzle. I don't know if there's more, but I mean, let's say 5,000 plus, okay? A jigsaw puzzle thing that you have to fix. So how difficult is it to complete the puzzle? Would you guys be able to complete everything in one day? I doubt it. Even 24 hours? Yeah, no. We used to do puzzles when we were kids, and sometimes the puzzle pieces will be lying around in the living room or our dining table until my mother comes okay, if you guys are not finishing this, it's going in the garbage, So we quickly sit there, all 4 of us, trying to finish, right? So it is a pretty difficult thing, especially a 5,000 plus a jigsaw puzzle thing. So when you guys open the box and put all the pieces on the table to start fixing the puzzle, you have to go through the puzzles to see where you can start and which corner you want to start, and then work your way down, right? So it's all coming together and whatnot. So our life pretty much is like a jigsaw puzzle, right? So God has all our pieces in front of him, and in his timing, he will put all the pieces together to create a beautiful picture, right? And when we try to interfere and want to fix the puzzle on our own, then we sometimes don't know which pieces go together or where a piece would go, and we start wasting our time by us trying to fix the pieces, and at times we put the wrong puzzle pieces together, and obviously it's not gonna turn out well. And then when God is fixing our puzzle, life puzzle, let's say, he knows exactly where a piece has to go and when it has to go there, right? So let's not try and hurry up and want to fix our own life puzzle piece, life puzzle, and let's just give it all into God's hands and know and trust that he will fix everything beautifully according to his timing. All right? So just like how a child depends on and puts his trust in his mother, that she will take care of him and love him and make sure that no harm comes his way and make sure he's fed and all that stuff, right? Just like that, we need to put our trust in our Heavenly Father, knowing that He will take care of us no matter what comes our way. Yes, we will face storms, and even through those storms, we need to know that God is there to take care of us, right? So like what we sang this morning, are you willing to put your trust fully, 100% in God? Yes. All right, we're going to stand up and I'm going to ask Pastor to come and close it up in prayer. You guys can stand up.